Welcome, hockey fans. Today we look at the Mount Rushmore of the Carolina Hurricanes. 4 key players who shaped the Canes. From solid defense to the one who embraced winning, this list is as memorable as a North Carolina heatwave. But before we dive into the greatness, let's be honest, no one's storm surge was as unforgettable as these 4. We're talking about legends like Ron Francis, the guy who made passing look too easy. Eric Staal, who basically has a trophy collection at home. Brind Amour, whose intensity could melt an ice rink. And Cam Ward, who stopped more pucks than we can count. Seriously, we need a calculator for his saves. Are you prepared to go into detail about these famous Hurricanes? Or are you only interested in the main points? Regardless, stay tuned. This Mount Rushmore is not only about ice, it is about history too. Let's see who made the list and who's getting left out in the cold. The Carolina Hurricanes legacy. The Carolina Hurricanes, a professional ice hockey team based in Raleigh, North Carolina, compete in the NHL as a member of the Metropolitan Division in the Eastern Conference. Originally founded in 1971 as the New England Whalers in the World Hockey Association, WHA. The team joined the NHL in 1979 as the Hartford Whalers after the WHA-NHL merger. In 1997, the franchise relocated to North Carolina and became the Hurricanes, marking the start of a new era. The team got its biggest win when they took the franchise's first Stanley Cup in 2006, with key players like Brind Amour and Eric Staal. The Hurricanes are recognized for their energetic fans and fun storm surge celebrations in later years, helping them to become a solid and interesting team in the NHL. First player on the Mount Rushmore is Ron Francis. Our first face on the Mount Rushmore is none other than Ron Francis. Drafted by the Hartford Whalers in 1981, Francis became the heart and soul of the franchise. A playmaker with an elite hockey IQ, he was the definition of consistency. When the Whalers moved to Carolina in 1997, Francis was there to guide the team through uncharted waters. Francis wasn't just a scorer, he was a leader. He captained the Hurricanes to their first Stanley Cup final in 2002, proving that this team was ready to compete with the NHL's best. His tenure with the Canes saw him become one of the most respected figures in the sport. He retired with over 1,700 career points, making him one of the greatest playmakers in NHL history. Even after retiring, Francis's impact remained. He took on front office roles, helping shape the team's future. His legacy? Being the foundation upon which the Hurricanes built their success. Second player on the Mount Rushmore is Eric Staal. Not many players in Hurricanes history showed star power like Eric Staal. He became linked with the team's success in the mid-2000s, especially during their Stanley Cup victory in 2006. Drafted in 2003, Staal quickly made an impression. By his second season, he scored 100 points, helping the Hurricanes achieve their biggest win, the 2006 Stanley Cup. Staal was electric in the 2006 playoffs, posting 28 points in 25 games, the highest in the postseason. His clutch performances, leadership, and offensive dominance were pivotal in bringing Carolina its first and only Stanley Cup. For over a decade, Staal was the face of the franchise, earning multiple All-Star appearances and finishing his Hurricanes career as one of the top scorers in team history. Even when he moved on to other teams, his legacy in Carolina remained untouchable. Third player on the Mount Rushmore is Brind Amour. Next, we're talking about the heart and soul of the Hurricanes, Brind Amour. Brind Amour wasn't just a great player, he was the embodiment of Carolina Hurricanes hockey. Acquired in a trade from Philadelphia in 2000, became the heartbeat of the team. Brind Amour was one of the best two-way forwards of his era, winning 2 Selke trophies as the NHL's best defensive forward. But what truly defines his legacy is his leadership during the 2006 Stanley Cup run. As captain, Brind Amour willed the Hurricanes to victory. Even after retiring, his influence remained. He returned as head coach, leading Carolina back to playoff success. Fourth player on the Mount Rushmore is Cam Ward. Every Stanley Cup winner needs a hero, and in 2006, that hero was Cam Ward. The young goalie stepped up in the playoffs and became a powerful presence, earning the Conn Smythe Trophy for playoff MVP. He was key in the Hurricanes' only Stanley Cup win that year. His postseason performance was remarkable. Ward's calm demeanor and clutch performances carried the Hurricanes to their first championship. He was a franchise goalie for over a decade, setting records for wins and saves. Though the Hurricanes had ups and downs after their Stanley Cup win, Ward's legacy as the greatest goaltender in team history remains unchallenged. Honorable mention. The Carolina Hurricanes have built a rich history with key players who have shaped the franchise's identity. Honorable mentions include Glenn Wesley, a stalwart defenseman whose leadership and defensive prowess were instrumental during the team's rise in the late 1990s and early 2000s. Justin Williams, known for his clutch performances and invaluable playoff experience, and Arturs Irbe, whose exceptional goaltending kept the Hurricanes competitive in their early years. Brett Hedican, another pivotal defenseman, contributed both offensively and defensively, rounding out a group of players who helped lay the foundation for the franchise's success. Ron Francis, Eric Staal, Brind Amour, Cam Ward. These names represent key figures of the Carolina Hurricanes. Francis led the team, and Ward made crucial plays, with each player making a lasting impact on the franchise. These four icons are remembered as essential parts of a team that accomplished much and became a source of pride for hockey supporters in Raleigh. Thanks for tuning in to Sports Team History's Mount Rushmore of Carolina Hurricanes. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our content. Who do you think should be on the Hurricanes' Mount Rushmore? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, keep enjoying hockey and celebrating the legends of the game.